Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how this form right here is going to trigger. We can type in basic English like, I want real estate agent in London. When I submit this, it's going to come through here. We're going to send it to Apify. Apify is going to scrape leads for us. We're going to scrape each lead's page to get all of their previous posts. And then this AI node over here is going to create a personalized message for them and store it over here in our Google Sheets whenever this finishes. If we come over here to a Google Sheets, you can see over here we get the person's name, their LinkedIn URL, and a personalized message to send over to them. We firstly obviously have to go to this person's page. So we can come down here, connect with them, which is going to allow us to send a message to them. Whenever we have connected with them, I'm going to come down here and edit this column type to be connected. And then whenever they connect back with us, then I'm going to come in here, grab this message and come over and send it as a message to this person. Let's drop it in here. And then we can come over here and let our CRM know that this person has been sent the message. You can run this just once a day, send 15 to 20 of these messages every single day. If you do this consistently, within 1 to 2 weeks, you will certainly have a client signed once you are doing this every single day. Now let's get directly into how we can build this. Okay, so the first thing we need over here, obviously, is the form node. So to do that, we're going to come up here and we're going to look for the form, n8n form, and we are going to press the trigger, which is on new form event. In this form, we're going to come in here, obviously give it a name if you want to, called lead finder. And then down here, I'm going to give it one element, which is called form elements. We're going to give it one of them, and we're going to give it the name, explain the leads you want. And then in this area, we're going to make it a text area so people can type in whatever they want. And then whenever we go to one of these URLs, like this production URL or the test URL, let's say I'll copy this. Whenever I go to this URL, it's going to give me this form in which maybe every day, every week, I can trigger this so it scrapes us a new fresh set of leads. Now, the next node we have right here is a ChatGPT node, which is going to create from that what we've inputted, just the basic language. It's going to turn it into Apify JSON ready code so we can give it over to the Apify actor to run. So what I've said in here, you're a JSON generator for a LinkedIn leads generator scraper. Your only job is to convert natural language requests into valid JSON. You output nothing except valid JSON. Valid JSON, no explanations, no markdown, no code blocks. We give it some critical rules and we give it the schema here. Now this schema is important because we will get this from over here in the actual Apify. So we need to come over here to Apify. Apify is this platform here, which is just a marketplace for scrapers. So if we come in here, go to our console, obviously sign in, they give you $5 worth of credits every single month. So you'll probably never have to pay for this. We're going to come over here to the Apify store. We're going to look up LinkedIn lead scraper. We're going to look up LinkedIn lead scraper, and we're going to look for this one specifically, which is the one by Car Pro Lock. So LinkedIn leads generator. Let's copy this. Let's bring it over. We're going to look up for LinkedIn leads generator, and we're going to pick this first one here by Car Pro Lock. We're going to come in here. Now, what we've given to the AI is basically this information right here. So over here, you can give this scraper a search term. So let's say I wanted to scrape real estate agents in Ireland and I wanted 100 leads. When we press start, this is going to go to LinkedIn and scrape 100 real estate agents from Ireland. So what we wanted to do is bring this over to n8n. So we can do this from n8n, so we don't have to come in here every time. But what we've given the AI is this information here, which is basically telling it what this needs in order to run. You don't have to understand what this is. You just come in here. I've made the prompt so it takes in all of this information, so it knows exactly what JSON it needs to output, so this actor can run. Now, I'm going to leave this full n8n template below, so you don't have to actually build it. I'm kind of just explaining what it's doing, but I expect you to just go down into the second link in the description and just download it for completely free. But what we've told this AI is basically given that information, and we've said here, so we've given it that information in the system prompt of how this actor runs, how this scraper is going to run, and then we give it another message down here, which is what the user is looking for. So we say on form submission, we grab whatever the user is looking for and we drop it in here as the user message. So now this AI knows, okay, we need to create JSON for a scraper, and this is what the user is looking for. It's going to output something like this, which is exactly what we need for the scraper. So the next node we're going to use is an Apify scraper. We're going to come over here, look up Apify, come to the Apify section and press run an actor and get dataset. In this, you're going to have to connect your Apify account by pressing create new credential, connect my account, and it's going to ask you to log in with that Apify account that you just created. Now, when you log in, we're going to keep all of this the same. And for the actor that we're looking for, we basically just need to copy this one from over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to grab this ID right here for this actor, which is just this part right here between the two forward slashes. And we're going to come back over here and we're going to select from list. We're going to do by ID, and we're going to put in the ID of that actor. Now this is going to run that actor that we were just looking at over there, and the input is going to be whatever we get from OpenAI right here. So I'm going to put in the text, which OpenAI outputs. We're going to put that in, and whenever we run this, you can see it outputs 10 items, as you can see right here, and those 10 items are going to be each lead. So if I come in here, you can see the first item is Leo, we have his LinkedIn URL, and that's all we need. If we come over here, we can see every single lead right here. We have Wendy, Dennis, Samantha, and we have the LinkedIn URLs for them. Now that we have all of that information, we need to go through each lead one by one. So it gives us 10 items. I've put in this loop over items node right here. And when we click into this loop over items, we select the batch size as 1. So it only lets one lead through each time. Then the next thing we're going to have to do after the loop over items, we're going to come down here and we're going to use another run actor, except this time we're going to scrape the person's URL. So the LinkedIn URL that we get from the first scraper, we're going to use that in the second scraper so we can get all of their posts, because when we have all of their posts, then we're going to give that to the AI in order to create a personalized message. So again, it's going to be the run actor and get data set, except this time we're going to use this LinkedIn profile post scraper. So the same process again, where we just type this into the Apify store. So again, over here, Apify store, type in LinkedIn profile post scraper, and we are going to use this first one right here. Let's come in here, and this one, what we're going to do in this one, instead of copying all of the information and giving it to the AI, I'm instead going to come in here, grab the JSON. We're going to grab this JSON right here. As you can see, we're in the JSON section. I'm going to bring it back over here, and in this JSON, in this input JSON, I'm going to, instead of putting in the AI output, I'm just going to copy and paste what we've just did. Now you can see we have a LinkedIn URL right here, which is the test one or the demo one. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to use the loop over items URL. So whenever this scraper runs, the first scraper runs, it's going to come through the loop. We're going to output one lead at a time, and we're going to put that lead's information in here. And that's all we need to do for the scraper. And you can see if we go to item number 1, we get this person's URL, so the first person's URL, and we get all of their posts. So you can see over here, we have their LinkedIn URL, the content that they've just posted, and all of the details about the author right here. We have the details of like when they posted it. We have the post image, social content, every single detail about when they posted and what the post was. So what we're going to do with that information, when it outputs the person's information, we need to use an aggregate node. Because it's going to output like 5 items at once, we need to come in here, select an aggregate node, and we're going to select all item data into a single list. And then the put output in field, we're going to select that as data, and obviously all fields right here. And this is going to turn 5 posts which come in as different items. So you can see here, when we scrape a post right here, it's going to output a load of different posts. It's going to output different items per post. And if we were to leave this and just put it straight through to the AI, then the AI would run once for each item. So for each post that comes through, it would run a different one. We would end up over here in the Google Sheets with like the same person, but like 10 times for each different post. We don't want it to do that. We want it to aggregate all of the posts, give it to AI so it has the context of all the posts, so we can create one message. So that's why we use that aggregate node. And then over here in the AI node, this is going to output the message for the user. We're going to use OpenAI GPT 5.1 mini. We're going to select the system prompt over here. So the first message is going to be a system prompt, and we've given it the system prompt on how to write LinkedIn messages. So I say, you write ultra short LinkedIn opening messages. You sound like a real human, not a marketer. We'll give it some rules like 2 to 3 sentences, reference something specific about one of their recent posts. We give it some other details right here. We give it some examples on how to output. And then down here in the user message, we say, here's the lead's name, in which we're going to get from the loop node. So let's close this aggregator for a minute. Come over here to the loop node, and we get the lead's name, drop it in there. We get the occupation, which is real estate agent. We can drop it in there. And then for the account post information, I'm going to come up here to the aggregate node. I'm going to drop the data, this full data. So if we close this, you can see it has every post in just one item. We can drop it over here, and in here we're going to type in something. So I'm going to do all caps JSON. Then we're going to get rid of all caps. I'm going to do a dot. I'm going to type in stringify, and we're going to do open bracket, and we're going to go to the end of this. Let's open this further. Let's go to the end of this and press close bracket, and now you can see it gives us every single post for that user. So whenever we run this, it's going to output a message for the user. So you can see here the text is, "Hey Christopher, really liked your post about a small trigger and that reflex, spot on. Do you see AI helping real estate agents automate routine inquiries without losing that human touch?" So it's obviously read all of his posts and outputted a message. And then over here, the last thing we need to do is put that in a Google Sheet. Firstly, create a Google Sheet. You can see I have mine as LinkedIn leads. We're going to give it 5 headers right here. So we have name, LinkedIn URL, message, and then just so I'm able to track if I've connected or if I've sent a message, I have these right here, which is connected and sent. Now again, I'm going to leave this full Google Sheet below so you can just put it into your own account. But if we come back over here now, we're going to select this Google Sheets. It's going to be an append row. So we're going to search up Google Sheets. It's going to be append row. We're going to select that sheet that we've just made, which is LinkedIn leads. And we're going to press map each column manually. Now for the name, again, it's going to be the exact same thing where we come down here to the loop over items, put in the person's name. For the LinkedIn URL, you can see we have the user link right here, drop it in there. And then for the user message, so the message that we're going to send this person, we can bring this over and drop that right into here. And that's going to fill up our Google Sheet with all of the leads and the messages we need to send to them. It's going to keep going through, it's going to loop through each lead until it's finished. And that is how you can keep up to date and on top of your LinkedIn outreach by sending these messages very quickly. So what I would do over here is I'd fill up this sheet. Maybe I'll do 10 to 15 each day. I would come in here whenever the scraping or whenever that n8n automation is finished. I'd come in here, go into the person's name right here. Make sure I come over here and press connect. Let my sheet know that I've connected with him, and then move on to the next person. And then the next person connect with all of them. And then whenever they connect back with me over here on LinkedIn, whenever it says that he has connected with me, like this person over here, accepted your invitation, then I'll come in here, press message. We're going to find that person's message over here. So copy this, bring it back over to LinkedIn and send it to them. So that's the full build on how I stay up to date with my LinkedIn outreach without spending hundreds on softwares that can basically do this for you. But obviously you're going to spend hundreds on doing that. I personally have it completely automated, but obviously we are doing this at a larger scale. If you're starting out, this is going to be perfect for you without spending a fortune on LinkedIn automation. But again, like I mentioned, the free templates are going to be in the second link below. If you want to scale your agency to over 100k per month, like I've done with my agency, then click the first link below.